Coast are level at 0-0. Just to remind you that last season, South Africa beat Angola by 2-0 with Laminian Mhlongo grabbing goals in Group A of the 2020 edition, the 8th edition of the COSAFA Women's Championship. But here at the moment, they are level at 0-0. Some strong play coming in from the Angolans. You saw the amount of challenges to the half-time stats that the Angolans had. But I tell you what, one stat that was quite impressive was 5 creative efforts from Angola, all 5 of them on target. So now they'll hope to continue with that, will the Angolan side here, hoping to go top of the table with the victory over the Banyana side today. So we waiting just to see how that will pan out. Banyana with an injury substitution and half-time because Janine van Beek's looking to come on. There was that injury to Karabo Makurubetsi, the left-sided fullback, who was caught by Ngongwita, and that right ankle taking a bit of a flack. But the veteran 34-year-old Glasgow City central defender will come on for Makurubetsi. We wait to see with interest just where she's going to slot in. Will she slot into the center of defense and then leave Dlangisa out wide on the left? That seems to be the situation. So she takes up her normal station on the inside of her normal partner at the back there, Bambanani Mbane, who played alongside of her yesterday. There's going to be Angola, who will get us underway for the second half of this Group A round 2 encounter. 0-0 at the moment, and everything to play for as far as these two sides are concerned. Underway then, it is Angola who get us underway. A little chip through the middle looking for Christina, and a first touch already for Janine van Beek. She'll have many more of those, no doubt. So if Angola win this match, they go to 4 points and a plus goal difference, and leaving South Africa on 3 points. If South Africa win, and they go to 6 points, and probably would have qualified for the semi-finals already, even with one match against Mozambique remaining. So there's lots for South Africa achieved today. If the match ends in a draw, then Banyana will have 4 points, and Angola will have 2. Malawi with 3 points, and still everything to play for in the final round of Group A of this championship. The players, of course, preparing for the Women's African Cup of Nations qualification as the ball slips underneath the foot there of Ngongwita on the right flank. South Africa to play against Mozambique on the 20th and 26th of October. Angola to play against Botswana on the same days in African Cup of Nations qualification. So lots of international football coming up, and this is a lovely precursor to that. Lokolo Sesane in space down the right-hand side early in the second half. Tremendous player. She's proven to be a good exploit on that right flank, the 20-year-old from the University of the Western Cape. Difficult to keep her quiet out wide on the right. And Margaret has tried to do that. Margaret picked up a yellow card. Marizette also picked up a yellow card. Touch here for Nilla. Nilla with a recovery, looking for Ngongwita. Gets past Ndlangisa, who's now playing as a left-sided fullback. Ngongwita is a tough opponent to contain. She's got a good physical stature. Lovely ball into the middle. Dokasia. Lovely recovery then coming in from Bambanani Mbane. Good start to the half from the Angolans. That's what we saw during the first half. There's a lot of pressure being exerted by the Angolan side. Nella into the middle. Kaylin Swart gets in there ahead of Christina. Well, if this is the sort of play we're going to see from Angola during the second 45 minutes, we're in for a lot of entertainment, because you can be sure that South Africa will not want to leave the stadium without a full haul of points and almost certify their place in the semi-finals of the 9th COSAFA Women's Championship, even before they play their final match. Oh, ball given away in defense. Asani in the middle. Kadieta! Denied by Sandrinho, who's pulled up some really good saves today and is keeping Angola in the game here. Header away by Mbane. Now it's an opportunity for Angola to push forward. There's a great chance here for Ngongwita. That looked like a handball from Ngongwita. The pass from Marizette. Christina's header. Oh, it's a good save from Kaylin Swart. They were sneaking in underneath the crossbar. And the thumbs up between Ngongwita and Christina. It's good play from Angola. Ngongwita header sneaking under the crossbar. If it wasn't for the intervention of JVW's 27-year-old goalkeeper. Well, that is the previous one. Ball has been robbed away by Sesane. Nice little touch in it to Khadiete. The advancing goalkeeper timed her launch off the line absolutely perfectly in front of the 29-year-old Mamelodi Sundowns striker. Clearance from Lydia finds Dorcasia. That's into no man's land and should be an easy pickup for Kaylin Swart, who just bats it across to Janine van Wyk. Just the one change in at half-time. It was the unfortunate challenge on Karabo Mukurubetsi, 22-year-old Mamelodi Sundowns left back, that has led to the change, and now it is Nglangisa playing left back. Oh, lovely ball into the middle. Horweni nearly picks up. Lydia with a clearance for Angola. Nglangisa. And Klobo continues to work down the left-hand side. Makabane. Van Wyk, a high line defensively played by Banyana. Ball back to Banani and Bane. Looking for Sesane. Sesane covers the ball nicely behind Ladainia. It's good play by Banyana. Being patient. Still keeping the ball on the ground, using the aerial ball when they need to. A little bit of concern for Sosa Garcia. He knows the potential of the Banyana side. Tasted it last season in that 2-0 defeat. The best that Angola has done in this competition is a runner-up spot in 2008. And that was another match that is played against Banyana. So there's a bit of a history between these two sides. Besides the match that they played last season, didn't play against each other in 2019, where Angola failed to get out of the group stages. But South Africa being very patient here at the moment. Babanane and Bane, Makabane, and Langisa. That's an easy cover though for Nella and company. Dorcasia with a little forward roll, looking to release Nella down the right flank for Angola. And a foul from Lydia. No, says the referee. Khadiete has to scrape herself off the grass here to continue. The nice pace to the second half so far. Still waiting for the opening goal of this encounter. There were 5 goals in the previous one. Match between Mozambique and Malawi. Mozambique leading by 2-0, as we've said a few times today, and then conceding 3 goals for Malawi to pick up their first 3-pointer after defeat against South Africa, and joining Banyana on 3 points. But it could be 4 points for Banyana after this game if there's no score in it. And 2 points for Angola. Angola would then play against Malawi in the final match of Group A on Monday, the 4th of October, back at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. And Banyana will take on Mozambique. First of a 3-match run between the two sides, because they'll meet in African Cup of Nations qualification. Margaret will clear here in front of Oratile Mokoena, who suddenly pops up on the right wing for Banyana. Van Wyk. Makabane. Well, Makabane's been caught in possession by Ngongwita. Van Wyk will clear, but only as far as Sandrinia. And once again, as we saw during the first half, it's Angola who are struggling to get over the halfway line. They did well in the opening couple of minutes, but we're only 8 minutes into the second half, and they had a lot more fortitude in the first half getting over the halfway line, where they battled South Africa for about 15 minutes or so before Banyana were able to reorganize themselves. Clip of the ankles from Marizette. on Bambanani Mbane. Makabani, Van Beek, looking for Holweni, cut out by Chiquita. Sesane with a little touchback. Interesting little ploy with Sesane playing a little bit deeper at the moment, and Ogatili Mokoena getting an opportunity to play down that right channel, but Margaret will have that covered again. Interesting that 4 out of the 5 defenders, because they're playing a 3-5-2 system with wing backs, so you can argue a 5-3-2 system from Angola, that 3 out of the 5 defenders are 19 years old. And if you're good enough, you're old enough. There's a foot up in the middle of the park, and that's going to be trouble for the South African defender, Tietso Makubela. So we're lucky not to pick up a yellow card for that. Foot up on the chest of Christina. Yeah, trying to get over the ball on that occasion, Tietso Makubela. 24-year-old right-sided fullback from the Tshwane University of Technology, but she did catch that outstretched leg of Christina. So they will receive a little bit of attention. It'll be 10 minutes into the second half here at the Madiba Stadium in Quebec. And just as the start of the day was, we have bright sunshine. Bright sunshine when we left the hotel, pouring with rain throughout the first match and part of the start of the second one as well. And so all of a sudden we have bright sunshine again in the former Port Elizabeth. Tietso Makubela in the picture. And a continuing lecture for Makubela by referee Gloria Sampunda. It is a free kick for Angola. In the meantime, Christina's gone off. She has to allow position. She was down receiving medical attention. She has to go off the field of play and then be returned to the field. I think that was what Sambunda's point was she was trying to make. And Gonquita, that's lovely cover from Makabane. Oh, they've allowed the ball to be stolen away here, and I think that was Nokolo Sesane playing a lot deeper than I think is really necessary for Banyana. Easily away by Del Cartier.
Just loosen up in 2 girls from the orange.
Step clear by Ndlankisa. Once again, there's an opportunity to attack by Nella. That's good defending by Bambanani. So some enterprising play from both Banyana and Angola. Angola really are holding a good piece of the action here, good bit of possession. Banyana know that they would be tested. This is international football. This is what you expect on the big stage. Janine van Beek with a carry. And now Mokoena once again. Little knockdown, but there's nobody following up on Khadiete, and we expected Holweni to be much more in that attacking midfield role to play her parts. Once again, it's Mokoena. Now it's Asani in a position where we normally find her, but the pass isn't strong enough to get into the middle. Long range effort from Mokoena. Go wide. Very wide. Waiting for that short passing game to come back into the South African camp at the moment, and Desraelis still looking a bit concerned on the touchline. Only 13 minutes into the second half, so there's still plenty of time. Quick throw in from Angola's Lord Garcia. Makabani's header. Now Mokoena, does she have another shot from this range? She certainly does. Oh, the keeper's made a bit of a mess. Unfortunately, she was to the right-hand side of her goal, and she knocked the ball even further to the right-hand side. So they've gotten away with that one, Angola. Nice bit of vision from Mokoena. Ball stabbed away by Ladainia. Holweni scrambling away for possession. Prado will pick up, looking for Chiquita. Holweni back to Mokoena. Mokwena's been hemmed in by Chiquita. Lovely turn, and creates the space for South Africa's attack with Holweni. Langisa, Holweni, and Klovu knocking the ball around very nicely at the moment. This is the kind of passing we love from the Banyana side, and it's paying dividends for them at the moment. Makabani. And Makubela not able to control the pass from her captain. Pick up here from Marizette for Angola. Marizette trying to get away from Makubela. Nicely cleared by Bambanani Mbane. Looked like there was potentially a little push from Nukolo Sesani. Opportunist effort in the middle of the park for Mokoena. And it bounced awkwardly for Sandrinho. Made a bit of a meal of it, but she did the correct thing by knocking it away to her right-hand side. There was not really any pressure from the South Africans out there. Marizette once again contains Makabani. Prado has a little bit of support, but she's running away from it and into the midfield at the moment, rather tamely going down behind Makabani. Nothing from the referee. This is Christina. She started on the left-hand side against Mozambique. She's back on the left-hand side at the moment. Nice header away by Holweni defensively. Chiquita gets a second touch. Prado's taking a knock as well, and all of that build-up from Angola has been returned into their own half. Prado's gone down. The referee will stop play for a moment. Well, Prado being left to the attentions of the Angolan medical staff. Looks like she's taking a knock in the face. In the meantime, Banyana looking to make a substitution, and the substitution is going to be an interesting one. Because Nglangisa is going to make way for Gabriela Salgado. Salgado is much more of a left winger. So when she comes onto the park, who drops back into a left back position? By the look of things at the moment, it's Sibulele Holweni who will drop into a left back position, which is very fascinating. Prado back on her feet. Play to continue here. Well, Prado has to go off the field of play to be able to return onto it once receiving medical attention. So waiting for the instruction then from the Zambian official to return to the field of play is the playmaker from Primero de Augusto, Prado. Angola back up to full strength. Chiquita. Away by Lydia. This is Nella. It's a good ball as well. Nonquita. Still Nonquita. She's very strong on the ball, Nonquita. Turns Bambanani and Mbane around, and the first touch for Salgado as well. Gabriela Salgado is a 23-year-old from the JVW club. Normally plays on the left-hand side, but Ndlovu's out there, so Salgado playing much more of a central role. Holweni in a new position at left-sided fullback, so 3 left-backs we've had in the match so far. Makurubetsi, who was injured, and Blanquiso has been substituted, and now Holweni moves from an attacking midfielder to a left-sided fullback. Fascinating to be that versatile. Well, the way things stand in the group at the moment, the final day on Monday, the 4th of October, is going to be very interesting back at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. If there are close points between these sides, because as things stand at the moment, it'll be South Africa with 4, Malawi with 3, Angola with 2, Mozambique with 1, and still matches to come on Monday, the final matches with Banyana taking in Mozambique and Angola against Malawi. One fancies that the Angola-Malawi match could be a decider for maybe the best second place side in the league, as down goes Bombanani and Mbane. Doesn't look like there's any serious damage done in that collision with Ngongwita. Yeah, very late challenge and going underneath of the South African centre-back. And yeah, sometimes the referees will take exception to that sort of thing as Makabani comes forward. Touch for Salgado. 19 fouls to 2. The Angolans have been a physical lot this afternoon. Yes, Sane. Another foul from the Angolans, and Margaret's already picked up a yellow card. And she could be in trouble here, Margaret. In fact, it's Ladainia who gets yellow this time. Ladainia has been playing as a left-sided fullback, wing-back almost, and yeah, a very late challenge. That's so deliberate, it's ridiculous. So 3 yellow cards for the Angolans. No goals in this match yet. Salgado cleared away by Ngongwita. Back inside by Bombanani and Mbane. But easy pickings for Sandrinia. Angola continue to frustrate the Banyana side. Favourites on home territory for yet another COSAFA Women's Championship title. They already have 7, 2002, 2006, 2008, and in the last 4 seasons in a row. And the end of the match then for the right-sided fullback, 19-year-old Nella, and on in her place will come the 24-year-old GR Kilamba midfielder Bia. Came on as a substitute against Malawi, beg your pardon, against Mozambique did Bia, and she's on for a second time as a change player here against Banyana. 20 minutes played in the second half. Still nobody taking full control over this match. Khadiete with a foul, this time on Margaret. Taking a bit of time in getting the free kick underway here from Margaret. This is Christina. Good pressure exerted by Nokola Tasani in defence. Van Fake goes back to Swart. And South Africa will build up again with Bambanani and Mbane. Holweni sometimes needs to move maybe a little bit on the infield to the 2 centre-backs to present herself for a pass, as she does now, but almost ripe for an interception as well, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Bia is going to be playing on the right-hand flank for the Angolans. That'll be a good challenge, Bia, to challenge Sibulele Holweni. Christina with a lot of work to do. Fresh pair of legs for Janine van Fake will prove no match. All the matches for Christina. Christina not even contesting that little affair. Makupela, long ball, looking for Khadiete. Second ball for Salgado. But Prado is there to pick up the pieces for Angola. Only as far as Van Beek. Very high line on the halfway line here for Banyana. This is Holweni. Oh, it's almost a good turn from Ntombi Fikile Ndlovu. Some nice ideas coming through from Banyana at the moment. Trying to keep the ball on the ground, trying to be creative. They've got part of their spine back with the two international players that have come on, Janine van Wyk and Gabriela Salgado. Maybe just missing Robin Mudali in the middle of the park, but at the moment, yeah, it's getting better for Banyana and Angola doing a fair share of defending. Salgado gets shortchanged by Prado. Bambanani and Bane in front of Nguita. She's asking for a little bit of support here from the midfield. She looks disappointed here, does the 21-year-old Sundowns centre-back. It is a free kick anyway, and that foul from the Angolan right winger. Where are the openings going to come for either one of these two sides? Lydia will let the ball go through to Sandrinia. Challenged by Salgado, and Angola are starting to play almost for time. There's still 21 minutes remaining in the second half, plus second half stoppage time potentially. So I'm not quite sure whether that tactic's a good one at this stage. But hey, you know, I think Angola would be happy with a goalless draw after having lost by 2 goals to the last season in the same group. Mokoena forward. Lydia will clear. Nice pickup from the substitute, Bia. Dorcasia. That's a good play as well by Ndlovu. Now Salgado, put from behind by Chiquita. Banyana will have a free kick. Well, just as we saw during the first half with Sesane, the Angolans very quickly recognize how much of a danger the substitute Gabriela Salgado is. Foul count continues to mount in enormous proportions in favor of South Africa. The last time we looked, it was 17 fouls to 2, probably over 20 by this stage. 20 minutes remaining and a bit of stoppage time. Salgado with a free kick for Banyana. Going a direct route, well, that wasn't very convincing. Van Wyk looking for a direct shot from near halfway. Goes wide as well. Two regular first teamers coming off the bench today, and we did hear when Mbali was chatting to Desiree Ellis what the reasons were, and she said, well, you know, this is a tournament where there's a group stage. We have to mix it up and give everybody an opportunity to play, and that's exactly what has happened with Ongizwe Nglangisa, Oratile Mokoena, Tommy Fakile and Ndlovu, all getting opportunities to start. Nglangisa has since been substituted. Kurubetsi gone off with an injury, so two changes have come from the South Africans, giving Banyana an opportunity to introduce Van Wyk and Salgado. Margaret, one of 3 players from Angola to have picked up yellow cards today. Marizette was another, so was Ladainia, the advancing left-sided fullback overlapping player. Good ball into the middle. There's a real good chance for Ndlovu. And appeals for a handball of Lydia. Nothing from the referee. Not quite sure why Ndlovu didn't have a shot there. Trying to pick up the ball with Khadiete and Oratile Mokoena. Salgado consolidating the midfield. This is Ndlovu once again. The pace of the match starting to eat up a little bit. Khadiete! She was offside anyway. Oh, that's a little better from Banyana, really opening up the defense of the Angolans. Ooh, that looked so tight to be onside for Khadiete. Doesn't matter anyway because she was offside. Now Khadiete applying pressure again. Lydia scrambling away to safety, and suddenly Angola looking at a bit at 6s and 7s. Salgado. Oh, she's kept the ball in place, Salgado. Orweni in support. This is Sandrinia. Work to be done by Bambanani and Bane. Now Prado. Lovely play by Prado, even better from Van Beek. And then the opportunist efforts launched forward by Marizet. Now the match is opened up as the structure of the teams goes a little bit haywire and maybe a couple of tired legs, but does lead for fabulous entertainment. Makabane to Van Beek. Mokwena. Sisani, good play again by Banyana. First time ball! Khadiete will test Sandrinho one more time. Well, we're going to have a look at the potential handball from that forage about 2 minutes ago inside of that penalty area. Sisani with the ball in the middle. Edison Globo's shot. Well, there seemed to be a hand that had been knocked back from Lydia, the captain of Angola. The referee wasn't interested at all. Good work done by Mokwena. Nice work done, Brian Globo. One of her better touches, and Salgado goes directly for goal. Forces a mistake out of Sandrinho. And the match coming to life here in the Kabaja. Maybe plays around her. That's one of the better touches we've seen from Globo, and perhaps the teammates of Salgado are saying you're a little bit selfish there, mate. So they'll have a corner. Half an hour played in the second half at the Madiba Stadium. Still 0-0. Launched goalward, but I think that came off of Christina more than a South African head. And an easy take for Sandrinho. Not much pressure being exerted on her there. Makabane starting to become a little frustrated as well. Looking for a victory wearing the captain's armband. Away by Makubela in front of Christina. Sisani will do the work on the right-hand side one more time. Sisani, lovely work as she goes past Ladainia. Cross doesn't have quite the same quality. Mokwena has had a good match today. Salgado. And again, Banyana battling with the final touch. Salgado claiming that there was a back pass there. Nothing from the officials though. Starting to get a little bit gloomy over the Madiba Stadium again. So potentially we are in line for a little bit more precipitation. We've had quite a bit of rain over the last couple of days here, and Globo is growing in confidence the longer this match continues. This is Salgado. Strong challenge from Lydia one more time. Yeah, it's tough at international level, isn't it? South Africa are finding that out today. Yeah, it is a strong challenge from Pia, in fact, and not Lydia. But Banyana will have a corner. Same player to take. Keeper comes out and claims it. I think that was another head that came in from the Angolan side. Horweni with a shot. And all sorts of appeals for handball and all sorts of other malarkey inside of that Angolan penalty area. But somehow Angola survived. It's one of those strange matches, with time running out here, that Angola can field all manner of pressure and suddenly they'll have a counter-attack and score the winning goal of the match. These sort of things happen. And South Africa have to be cautious of showing any sort of favour to Angola, giving the ball away or sitting back and thinking, oh, well, we'll settle for a goalless draw. The Angolans will play till the bitter end here. Marizet. And shepherded nicely by Mamelo Makabane. That's good work done by the South African captain. Banyana Banyana playing a little deeper this time through the middle. Globo not able to provide the pickup. And a foul on Holweni from Ngongwita. We've only had one goalless draw in the tournament so far, and that was Namibia against Uganda in the opening match of Group C. Had a score draw as well. Let's have a look at that previous incident there. The keeper come out and flapping. They got players on the line though, Angola, plenty of them. Janine van Wyk pushing it back in there. There was another ball that was pushed in there as well by Holweni, who had 2 bites of the cherry. And there was absolutely no way through with so many red jerseys there. Sesani, not for the first time, not able to provide a cross for the players in the middle. Ezra Ellis with plenty to say on the touchline. 11 minutes of the stoppage time, separating these two teams from a point apiece. And no time wasting seems to be the call from Gloria Sambunda. So if you want to get the ball back into play, let's just do that. Just dilly-dallying between the captain and the keeper, we won't have any more of. Banyana down to 10 plays at the moment, with Holweni receiving medical attention. Dominani and Bane with a clearance. Salgado with a nice turn. Salgado, it's a good tickle from her as well. Khadiete and Globu. It's a good ball from Ndlovu. Brilliantly read from the far side by Bia. And Ngongwita. Oh, lovely turn from Marizette as well. Well read by Van Wyk. Any sort of mistake will present the ball to Khadiete. Still Khadiete. Beautifully read by Delcasia. The understanding in defense from the Angolans has been absolutely phenomenal. Maybe a bit fortunate at times. But they do work well as a unit defensively. And Ngongwita in the meantime. Good hustle from Mbani. Did have support on the inside from Van Wyk. Bia with a throw in, away by Bambanani and Barney. Salgado, Khadiete, near the halfway line. Good commitment from Lydia. And Globu, player and ball at the same time. She's held on to it rather nicely. She'll pick out Holweni here behind Delcasia. This is good for Banyana Banyana. Holweni knows where the goal is traditionally. And she had 3 teammates inside that penalty area. She wasn't able to pick out any one of them. And a good clearance from Lydia, the captain of the Angolan side. It's a rear guard action from Angola. Holweni got herself into such a fabulous position. Delightful pass from the ever-improving Globu. The ball was played behind the Banyana attackers. And Holweni has taken a knock. Chiquita has had a lecture. Not for the first time today, I don't think. Over the ball, and then, wow, you're watching the wrong sport. Sometimes in that game, there's 4 corners and a bit of rope involved. Salgado knocked away again by the keeper, and second ball drops once more into Angola. Breakaway by Ngongwita, turned over by Van Wyk. She's such a clever character on the football field, and she gets nailed by Christina. Christina claiming her innocence. Sandrinia's pulled off a good couple of saves here today. That is a good punch on that occasion. The ball almost falls to Ndlovu, and then Van Wyk. And Van Wyk was probably waiting for the ball to drop to her. It was just deflected away by the left winger from the South African veteran. Header from Salgado. Might have been going wide anyway, and Khadiete will just keep Sandrinia in the game. Nice poach away by Salgado. Holweni and Globo showing too much of the ball a bit though to Doncasia. Chase for Bambanani and Mbane. Well, the wind has dropped quite measurably at the Madiba Stadium. The rain has stayed away just for the moment. It's almost perfect for the game of football, and suddenly Ladainia is out of position, and that was inside the penalty area on Mokoena from Chiquita, and Banyana wanted a penalty, and the referee wasn't interested again, the Zambian official. Lydia almost caught in possession. Banyana plays forward into Salgado, and he finds the top left-hand corner. Well, wonderful opportunity for the substitute, Gabriela Salgado. Let's have a look at this again. Mokoena was called off from the shot, and it very, very nearly finds the back of the net. Little scooper there. She knew exactly what she wanted to achieve there, Gabriela Salgado. In the meantime, Angola making their second change of the game as they take off Christina and bring on Yara. Don't forget, the 25-year-old Clinica defender scored the equalizing goal against Mozambique when Angola fought behind on 2 occasions to draw level against the other Portuguese protectorate in the group, former Portuguese colony. Akubela. Again, a good clearance from Lydia. She's giving Khadiete such a hard time. Overhead clearance from Ladainia. Now Margaret having to do a bit of scrambling as well. And we've seen that for a lot of the second half from Angola. Defensive scrambling. What about those goalmouth melees that have been so close to giving South Africa a goal? Van Feit now, space for Ndlovu, who's falling over. She tries a little chip shot. Five minutes in stoppage time. Angola away from stealing a point from Banyana. As we said, it would leave the group with Banyana leading with a win and a draw on 3 points. Malawi in second place with a win and a loss. Angola in third place with 2 draws, and Mozambique at the bottom of the table with 1 point of the draw and a defeat. But it does set things up nicely for the final day in this group on Monday the 4th of October. In the meantime, good opportunity for the newcomer Yara. Certainly not playing as a defender, she's playing wide as a left winger at the moment, is Yara. Makabani's led her troops nicely today, and one could argue that Banyana have been a little unfortunate in front of goal with all the creativity. Kola Sesane. Janine van Veek. Some people say that Angola's draws can be boring. This one has been far from that. We've had so much incidents, but it's been a fabulous match so far. Conquita catching Salgado in possession. It's a delightful little ball through there into the penalty area. Sandrinia has been a saving grace for Angola on so many occasions today. In the meanwhile, he hasn't gone Guita. Shepherded away from the danger zone by Van Veek. Good work done by the veteran. Same 2 substitutes that Angola used on day 1 against Mozambique. They've used today as well, Yara and Bia. Tokasia. Now we'll have a little bit of a break here because Sandrinia is lying flat on her back inside of her penalty area. And some heavy breathing as well from the 23-year-old. She's had a very busy match for a goalkeeper, and lots of pressure being exerted by Banyana on that goal. But a bit of a problem here for the Clínica Sagrada Esperança goalkeeper, making 100% sure that she's okay, and looks like she's a little bit breathless, so the medical staff go to work on her. So there is a reserve goalkeeper on Domingos Kananga, who they call Mimi from the Paulo club, 26-year-old reserve goalkeeper, probably going through a warm-up at the moment. But Sandrinho will really want to continue here, I think. In the meantime, the Holland Golem team is over having a chat to Sosa Garcia, and Angola hatching a plot to try and catch Banyana Banyana in the final moments of this game, because we're only 90 seconds now away from second half stoppage time. Goalless in at the Madiba Stadium. Last season in Group A, South Africa 3 for 3 and 14-0 as far as goals were concerned. They conceded a goal against Malawi. They haven't conceded a goal in this match, but they haven't scored one either. Salgado flicked away by Lydia. Lydia in front of Sadrinia. The goalkeeper has been absolutely brilliant. The captain of Angola, leading her troops and really giving the Banyana side an awfully hard time inside that penalty area. A little slip over there from Holweni as we enter the final minutes of regulation time. Holweni trying to make some progress. Dokasia with a good turn. Should be easy for Bombanani Mbane. Time running out for either side. Lydia with a header. 3 minutes of time apparently have been added to the end of the match, so another 3.5 minutes still to be played. Guita will win a throw-in for Angola. Now, the sort of position that they wanted, they were having that discussion with the coach during that injury break, and let's see what sort of plot they've been able to hatch in that discussion. Bia holds the ball up. Salgado is able to clear it away. Player and ball at the same time. I think it's Marizette who's also injured in that, but Salgado has taken one for the team as well. Marizette needs to be careful because he is already on a yellow card, as are two of her teammates. Now comes across and an elbow into the lower rib area of the Banyana substitute. A little bit of a leg injury as well to Marizette. So the 3 minutes that were added on will probably be extended now by another couple of seconds as Marizette is back on her feet. Sosa Garcia maybe sensing that he can win this thing. Both players involved in that incident are back on their feet now. Both heading over towards the halfway line to be reintroduced. A big smile on the face of Sosa Garcia. I'm sure he'll be the happier of the two coaches come full time. 1 minute of the three that were added on by referee Gloria Sambunda have elapsed, and both sides down to 10 men at the moment. They still haven't been reintroduced, the two players, Salgado and Marizette. Referee is paying attention to the penalty area. She now waves the players back onto the park. This is Makupela, and I think she did the right thing there with a pass back to Kaylin Swart. South Africa committing everybody forward now. Header away from the danger zone by Dokasia. Ngonkwita. Dokasia's gone on the overlap. This is good work done by the fullback. And a good scramble from Kaylin Swart. Not only was it a good scramble, but she didn't release the ball. She held on to it for dear life in front of the threat of Marizette. Down the other side, I'm sure the same will apply to Sandrinia in front of Khadiete. Well, officially, there's 1 minute remaining, but there was that injury in stoppage time to Gabriela Salgado and to Marizette, so maybe we'll have a little bit more, maybe 30 seconds more than just the 1 minute that remains here in Gqeberha. Manani Mbane with the clearance. Salgado, is that a handball? Chiquita continues to play, no whistle from the referee. Salgado purposeful, not able to pick out Ndlovu. Fun fake. No flick on from Mokoena. Khadiete. Salgado misses it. And now it's 2-2 on the other side. Akupela just getting the ball away from the advancing Ngonkwita. What a fabulous end to this football match. Makolo Sesani goes down, but the ball possession has gone the way of Angola and Ladainia. He's done well at the left-hand side. Picked up a yellow card, but Other than that, I think she's played pretty well for Angola in that wing-back position. Sani will have the final touch. There's no more time added on for the injury to Prado and to Marizetta. There's no goals either in this encounter. It will leave South Africa with just 1 point and a match without a goal. Only the second match without a goal after the Namibia-Uganda goalless draw in the opening match of Group C. I think Banyana to a point will be a little disappointed with the result today because they had so much in the way of opportunity. We saw the chance that was created from Oratile Mokoena. There were chances for Khadiete, there were chances for Holweni. Certainly Ndlovu improved as the match progressed, but I think South Africa will probably be disappointed. Doesn't look like there's much disappointment from the Angolan camp. Angola will play Malawi on Monday, and they'll hope to pick up a win there and go to 5 points. And Banyana will host Mozambique in the hopes to go to 6 points in that match. An entertaining encounter between these two sides at the Madiba Stadium, but it all ends South Africa 0, Angola 0. Banyana entered the Madiba Stadium hoping to go 2 for 2 in their match against Angola and to win as they had done in 2020. But they had a couple of opportunities. This was a great chance from Khadiete in the second half, but Sandrine really proved to be rather difficult to beat between the posts for Angola. She's only 23 years old. There were chances down the other side as well. This is Ngonguita. The strong header just about dropping underneath the bar then from Prado. And a good save from Kaylin Swartz. But Banyana were the stronger of the two teams in the second half offensively. Defensively, it certainly was Angola. And a great opportunity here. Looking for a penalty. There was nothing in favour of Mokoena with a challenge from Lydia, who was a pillar of strength in defence. Then there were a couple of chances from Janine van Beek, from Holweni on a couple of occasions. Holweni with 2 bites of the cherry. But the Angolan defence once again standing its ground, and the players not getting their hands on it either. Maybe there's an element of good fortune about that. Maybe there's an element of just good play as well. Another incident from Angola, being able to hold on defensively very nicely indeed. There was an opportunity late on here. Salgado looking for the top left-hand corner, which he wasn't able to convert. And, well, despite all of the opportunities created by Banyana, they ended up not being able to score a goal. They didn't concede either. And if you look at the difference between the two sides there, more than double the amount of goal attempts, certainly double the amount of shots on target, 26 fouls to 2, and 3 yellow cards to the Angolan side, and 55% possession for Banyana. But unfortunately, for the home side, not able to score goals. Angola looked very happy to have got out of this match with a goalless draw. We'll hear from the coaches and from the player of the match in just a little while's time from Mbali, who is waiting downstairs on the touchline. So Mbali, an entertaining match. Wrap it up for us.
With our player of the match, the captain of Angola, Lydia Lubano. Big congratulations to you for winning this award. 1 point you managed to walk away with in this game. Tell us about your performance today.
Primeiro, parabéns por ganhares o prémio. Conseguimos receber um prêmio desse jogo, garantimos um ponto deste jogo. O que é que tens a dizer sobre a performance que tiveste hoje, o jogo que tiveste hoje?
Primeiramente, quero agradecer a Deus pelo prémio, desde já, segundo as minhas colegas, porque graças a elas conseguimos arrebatar este prémio. E pela performance...
Deixa então traduzir. So first of all, I would like to thank God, and secondly, to thank all my teammates, and okay. Go.
E pela performance, dizer que foi graças a... É fruto de um trabalho árduo e nós esperamos ganhar esse prémio.
Just about the performance, it comes because of hard work, and he didn't expect to have this kind of performance and to win that prize.
How difficult was it to just get that point from South Africa? Because we know they are the host nation, and it just seemed that your team was ready to fight today.
O quão difícil foi conseguimos garantir um ponto de uma equipa como a África do Sul, que é a equipa da casa, e o quão difícil foi para nós para conseguirmos esse segundo ponto.
Foi muito difícil, mas nós em todos os momentos acreditamos.
She said it was very hard, as you said, but we always believe in us, and that's why we fought hard.
E acreditando que seria possível, lutamos até o último minuto.
And because we believe in us that everything is possible, so that's why we fought until the end.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Congratulations to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. You can just stay here with me, Coach. What a game. And I'm going to pose the same question to you, Coach. We spoke pre-match, and we knew that this was a must-win game for you to just keep your hopes alive in the tournament. You managed to salvage a point, Coach, but your team came to fight today.
Yeah, that's why as we talked before, it was a massive win game, but we were playing against a top team, so that's why we came prepared to fight, and that's what we did. And the first half, our plan was to pressure high, but the opponent didn't allow us to do that. So in second half, we need to change our plan. So that we did.
Coach, we saw your team, as you did say, defending quite deep throughout the game, and also being frustrated because now they are playing a defensive game, trying to keep South Africa out to the point where the game started being quite physical.
Yeah. So sometime in football, things go off the control. So our plan wasn't that, but as I said before, even if you have a plan, sometimes it depends what your opponent will allow you to do. So we didn't allow it to play the way we like to play. That's why we defend very deep. And as I said, and the end of the match was very physical.
Coach, lastly, you go into your final match. Now you have 2 points, Coach. Does that put a little bit of pressure in going into the final game?
Yes, I think previously we spoke, and I said our most important game always is the next game. So the next game, it doesn't matter if it's the last in this phase or not. It's the next game, so it is the most important game for us. So we're gonna try to fight hard to get the win.
Thank you so much, Coach Sosa. All the best for your next game.
Thank you.
Coach Sosa Garcia of Angola saying, look, his team worked hard today to just salvage that point. I'm joined now by Coach Desiree Ellis, who loves sanitizing her own mask. Coach, what a game, Coach.
Well, we were poor first half, very poor. We were told to put the ball down, but we did not take control of the ball. We tried to get into a battle, and I said, physically, we played them last year. They tried to bully us off. I said, physically, we won't be able to match them. Unfortunately, I had to make some changes, also with Karabo going out, and brought in a little bit more experience, and immediately the game changed. But you cannot have so many chances. And in the end, our final ball was very poor at times. We got in on a few occasions. Decision-making was poor, and we have a lot of work to do because, as I said, we bring players here to test them here, to take them to the next level. Now they've got to stand up.
Coach, we spoke about game management, and you're also raising the issue of decision-making. We saw so many chances coming from your side, Coach. We saw the crosses coming from Karabo. We saw Sesane right there on the right, Coach, from the first half, but it just seemed like up front, Coach, there was just this brick wall.
Yes, there was, but we didn't play smart. We didn't play smart where we needed to play combination play up front to break the defense. We didn't, at times we wanted to run with the ball, and when we ran with the ball, we lost the ball. The minute we started moving the ball around, we created created openings, and we were not consistent in that. And I keep saying, when you want to be the best, you must be consistent in that to build from what we did at the Buhari Cup. And we consistently say, play to our strength. But when we on the field, sometimes you lose control on the pitch and it's very difficult to get the message across. So that's when we bring the experience on and immediately see everything changes. But we couldn't just get that final ball and we couldn't put it in the back of the net. There was one time where I think we had 4 or 5 shots and it just got stopped right on the line in front of the goal. And if you don't score, it doesn't matter how many chances you have, you can't win the game.
Coach Angolo showed you today that you are the team everybody wants to beat. What does this now mean going into your last game?
I said to the players, because you are the defending champs, every game that you play against the opponent, it's a final for them. You can't just get onto the pitch and expect to get the result. You've got to work for that result. And we put ourselves in a position where we have to now really work for the result because the group is practically open now. It depends on our last game. We still have it in our own hands though, because a win will get us through, and we have it in our own hands, and we have to be better. As I said, we haven't played well so far at this tournament, but we have to be better.
Thank you so much, Coach. All the best for your next game.
Thank you.
Coach Desiree Ellis of Banyana saying, look, it is for them to lose. These are the results of Group A. Malawi beating Mozambique, a massive victory for them. And then South Africa held by Angola, and Angola managing to salvage a point in this game. And this is what it translates to in the log. It is South Africa still sitting at the top of the log with that single point, but Malawi right behind them. Angola sitting on 2 points, but now this group is wide open. Because had South Africa won, they would have at least found their place, booked their place in the next round of this tournament. But this is what we